When I watch them, they're a total team as well. They play, they very well balanced, and it was very close last time, as you said. But then it's a new campaign. It's Baf has joined us with the new coaching staff. It's a new campaign, so we've got to look at a few new things we're trying and see how the process is going. We're a very process-driven team, and we've got a lot of plans going to the World Cup, but we've got to tick the right boxes for now. Otherwise, we won't get there.
Okay.
Coach Swys, how's it been? Obviously coming into the system with Coach Baf from the under-20 team. How have you settled into the team these past couple of weeks?
Wonderful. I must say, when I got the opportunity for starters, I thought, you know what you're letting yourself in for, and up to now it's just been fantastic. There's such a great bunch of players, and they soak what you teach them, and it's very nice. And the management as well, So, and to come back to Coach Baf, I know him for many years. He will tell you he was head boy at Jepic as well. So, so from his Joburg days, he won a national under 21s and I think under 19 cups and stuff like that. So he's a great coach, and when I heard I've got the opportunity to work with him, I was excited because I know him so well. And then very, very, very happy to work with Coach Lorien and Franzl as well. They know the system, they know the girls so well. So it's a fantastic opportunity.
I'll ask you a question. Obviously, you've been coming back from sevens, from injuries, etc. I think that's one of the main things that's been holding a lot of the team back in the last year or two, is just the injuries and focusing on sevens, etc. But how do you feel like the team, the sevens injuries, our sevens players, the injuries that has been happening, how did everybody slot back in so easily? How has it been the last few weeks for all of you?
I think the management, the medical staff did an excellent job in terms of also just the management building the depth with the players. So we had the injuries, but we also had players that filled up that space and actually showed what they have. And for the management also keeping us updated while we're injured and keeping us in that right space for us to get back into it. I think that's what they did very well in terms of helping us settle in with the rest of the group.
That's great. Thank you.
Coach Swys, can you maybe talk us through the team that you've selected for Spain this week? Obviously, the talking point will be in the back line with Libbie starting at 15 instead of 10, with Nadine at 10. Can you maybe just talk us through the team, your thought process heading into the game?
Look, as we said, it's early days. The whole plan is we're aiming to do well at the World Cup next year, and there's a few things that must happen. And I'm always, in my coaching career, the 9, 10, 15, that's fine, is very important. And the way Libbie calls the play and stuff from 15, it's almost, if you compare it with Pollard and Willie LaRue combination we had in the World Cup, I see some similar things happening there. So, but as I say, it's not at the moment about just picking a team to play Spain. It's about thinking forward and combinations especially. So that is a combination that we want to look at.
I just want to build on that question. Was there any reason specifically for Nadine at 10 and Libbie at 15, or do you think in the future maybe we'll switch it up, or is it what players are comfortable with, or just something you think would be better at this moment?
Very good question, thank you. For me, Nadine is a special player, like a lot of them are, and I just wanted to test her close to the action. And up to now, what I see is very good in the decision making, and she's quick and she can make play. She can play forward and she can play around players, and that's why I want to see that combination with Libbie at the back there as well. And what she does well with our centres, she knows when to put them into the half gaps. So up to now, she really caught my eye at 10. I'm not saying that we're going to stick to her there. I like, for me, often in the back line, especially 10 and 15. It's not so much about the number on the back, it's about having two decision makers.
Coach Swys, brilliant game against the Barbers at that time at DHL Stadium. You must have liked what you saw in that game. Looking at that game and going into Spain, what improvements would you like to see, and what other things that you would like the team to implement that they probably didn't implement against the Barbers?
Yeah, look, obviously we don't want to get ahead of ourselves, and I first want to see how strong the Barbers really were, and did they. So that's very important. Not to say they were not strong. I was happy with a few things we tried. Guys, you must just remember, when you plan a campaign for next year World Cup, you don't want the final product now whatsoever. We wanted one or two things that we tried and that worked. And so that's where we will take the next step now. Every time, every week, we're just introducing the next step. And if that doesn't work, we've got to say, okay, maybe we're too fast, let's just settle down a bit again and take it from there.
Must be exciting for you, Coach Swys. Talking about building a campaign, must be exciting to be at the forefront of this new era of Springbok women's rugby.
Yeah, I tell you what, I just pray to God that He gives me the strength as well, because, and I say to my wife as well, I can't handle one woman properly now that I've got 40 to handle, So, to be honest, it's it's such a fantastic opportunity. I still can't believe I'm sitting here and with these wonderful players around me, and they're so keen, they're so dedicated. And it's just a wonderful for me at my swan and the end of my career to be involved with a bunch like I'm involved now. So special. It's really fantastic.
You got so flattered you had flu.
Yeah. I tell you what, after missing them 1 week, I had a bit of swine flu. I didn't realize it's such a serious thing. But after that flu, now that you mention it, I really missed them in that week, straight away. And sitting in and watching the game against the Barbers, I was jumping up and down, and I got frustrated, wanted to kick the cat, but I couldn't find, So it's just, I tell you what, you can hear it. It's a very passionate thing. Ladies are a bit different. When they feel well and they're in a good space, it seems they play well. Where men, they feel good after they played well. So it's very important to tick those little boxes going forward with the women.
I just have one more question for you, Ghana. I want to know, you obviously played the last game against Spain, and I know last year you were from start to finish busy with the 15s campaign with the Springbok Women. You've been in the setup quite a bit. What is the lessons you learned from the previous Spain games in the last few years, this year, last year? And what's the one or two things that you think you guys need to change to get a better result this coming Thursday?
Well, with the last year game against Spain, I didn't get that much of a time to play. I think I only played the last 10 or something. So, but then I think this year, going into Spain game, I don't know what was wrong, but then I think we didn't work as hard as we did, as the team did last year with the last year's game. So I feel we were lacking somewhere, somehow, of which I don't know what we were looking at. But then watching the previous games that Spain has played with the other teams this year, I think they've improved a lot, and they are very a good team. So going into Thursday with them, we shouldn't undermine them. We should just play our hearts out and play everything, take everything out. So we should prepare very good for them. So yeah.
Thank you.
Any more questions? You need some Afrikaans. Ja, misschien. Heb je nog tijd?
Ja.
Okay, you two, it's Afrikaans now.
No, it's just for you. It's fine. You can take this one.
Okay, I'll take it for the team.